and then just start the actual recording here. All right, Disco Elysium. The slippage never happened. All right, so I feel like we left off in a precarious position here in Disco Elysium. Essentially, we ended with this message for looking for Ruby on the coast. And there was like some very weird, I looked back at the footage, or, the last stream of this, and I was like, just to make sure what it is I was doing. Ruby was in the Cinderblock village but left Monday. She could be anywhere on the peninsula north of the village. Look inside the church, ask around. There are people to the west of the mural. Or, I don't know, ask a girl on a date, then ask her, ask the wind maybe? Return to the felled mural and consult the wind if you don't know what to do. Other than that, keep searching the coast. So very much just like, hey, just go. Just look around the coast. And I assume the coast is going to be like essentially everything past here. Everything past once you take the little path thing here to get to like this section. So she just might be somewhere. This thing was baffling me. Turn to the group for discussion. That one I could only do that later in the night in the game. Victims' tattoos. So I think we just have to go along the coast. Look around. But where exactly is the problem? Maybe I will ask her on a date. No, maybe she knows where Ruby is located.
The sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
%8 chance. Not great. Should I tell her that's my motor carriage? Why not? That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
It was an accident. I'm sorry.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
You're suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century Gotvaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in. But organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities, like rejuvenate the Doom commercial area, or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
Kim's always so by the books. Harshing my mellow.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Alright, I'll be seeing you. Oh, wait, is that a person? Who is it? Oh, is this? Is this the boat lady? Why is she here? Boat lady! Is that the same boat lady?
I'll just keep the corda lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around a post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty?
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Why not? Daddy, jetty!
Oh, jetty, oh, jetty.
She responds mournfully.
It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the cordelate she read. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
Joyce got scared.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse? And who is this scamp, anyway?
I mean, I already know who it is, but who is the scamp? Want me to look into it?
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent.
So, how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze towards the village slush melting on the cinder blocks. Construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Don't look at it. She squints her eyes.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
I'm gonna say try not to be scared. That's just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing, looking up at the gray sky.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The wind picks up. Her raincoat flaps in the gust. This island?
No, they're in Celindian, Isola.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Say nothing.
It's a pity. Most of these people will never know what this place means, this island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
You know what? Tell me now. We have time.
Do we?
It's Kim! He glances at his watch. Doesn't look like he does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit.
So asking her about... Can you tell me about those tattoos again?
I fear I've told you all I know. It's an Oranese map of the waterways, or some version of it. It depicts the travels this man made while he was still alive.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oranese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial
Stutz
channel
Canal.
through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this.
She points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Easlary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man
Hey!
was no sailor,
I just had to ask her one more
and
question.
these are no ports.
I'm
I
an
can
idiot.
understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Gosh, just one more question. I thought it would had to be like a completely different person. Alright, well that's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nope, that's all for now. Thanks, lady. Alright, we'll walk around here. Maybe we'll find Ruby. Maybe we'll find her. Although that feels like a strong maybe. We've talked to this little girl. I don't think she has any more info for me.
Mister, what were you doing in my fireplace?
There was a phasmid in it. I was trying to catch it.
Oh. Okay.
She nods seriously. Do you know anyone named Ruby?
Luby. Raluby.
Close enough. Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or sometimes I can, but then Uller.
We're getting sidetracked.
Kids.
The lieutenant shakes his head. Alright, goodbye.
Bye.
The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Well, it was worth a shot. It would be very funny if we found out the exact location of Ruby just by this little girl, though. Actually, let's go this way. So maybe I can just ask a bunch of people here about a Ruby? Maybe someone knows. Maybe someone knows, like, at the church? Church is, I think, up here. That's right up here. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Catch Silverbird reaction speed. Have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No,
Gaff.
Just no?
it's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
That's good. No neighbors to complain about noise when you get the club going.
Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
Reaction speed. Alright, that's it for now. Do I have better reaction speed clothing? Reaction speed would be a yellow trait. Okay. It's like my best way of trying to find this thing. Minus the reaction speed. Damn. Okay, the bum hat is reaction speed. If I could get like +3 going on it, I'd be like, alright, maybe I can try. Perception. Wait. That's a -1. Oh no. Got excited for no reason. Okay, well.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Why are you so suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing.
Of course.
It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called Noid anyway?
It's short for paranoid.
I mean, may I ask why? What good is being suspicious?
A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
What are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
Don't you mean the left-right paradigm and the pig-wheat complex?
No. Politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad.
Tell me more about the left-right business.
I prefer not to.
Okay.
Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray. Far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
Well, that was certainly stimulating. Ask you about something else now.
His eyes flicker.
Take care, Noid. Don't think he's gonna be able to help me any further.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
Yes, what is it?
Have you seen anyone suspicious, say a woman named Ruby?
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
No one knows Ruby.
Good morning! Yeah! Harder car!
The words echo magnificently throughout the nave. Alright, bye, Egghead. Wait, actually,
Yeah!
what was that crazy sound we heard before?
And scary. Very hardcore.
His voice booms through the chamber, then gets silent.
Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all.
What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
What if this is the answer to Van Eyck's jam? Use the sound for the bass.
But how?
What about the compressor? The one with the spiky hair was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing.
Oh, we got this. The audio onslaught can be tamed. Connect the dots.
Sidechain the beat.
Sidechain? What does it even mean?
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing. Either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
Okay, Egg, you need to start the sidechaining it. I'm going to explain the concept to him.
Sidechaining it, you said?
He turns down the music, his hands moving deftly across the mixer, setting up the necessary controls.
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go
We're going to actually do it.
wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Just wait and see.
Are you ready, pussy?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
Gonna give him a thumbs up. Ah. Wonderful.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
This is beauty! This is life!
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together, it's unnatural.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
This one's for the Anodic generation.
Introducing the ultimate sound!
We have tamed the sound, made it our own.
God damn it. This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world has been irrevocably altered.
We're so good. Look at that. I completed a task. I completed 2 tasks already in 23 minutes that I was like, I had no idea how to fucking finish at all, you know? I mean, Jesus, I have like barely anything left in this thing. Insane. Okay. Alright, goodbye, Egghead. What was the check for the... Oh, I can't check it. It's interfacing, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I have this stat very high boosted up here. Interfacing. I can only put one more point to it anyway once I... Unless I have, like, in the thought cabinet, like, something that would potentially, like, boost up interfacing. That would be crazy, right? At least none of the temporary bonuses look to be that. A dang shame. Alright, we gotta keep asking around for Ruby. Oh, the music was... Just get to a good part. There's a part of me that thinks that whatever is beyond this door here could be large.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune.
The thing is, it's a red check. Is
the door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Alright, let's keep looking. I see a bird. A seagull, perhaps. More birds. Checking these doesn't do anything anymore, right?
Dying locusts and the slow swaying of surrounding reeds. Poor things.
Okay. The boardwalk rises to your south. It casts long shadows over you. The boardwalk. So that is the boardwalk. Why? What? Ah. I'm gonna throw a fit here. Alright, Kim, let's run. Run, Kim. Run. It's a long way down to your death from here, 20 meters at least. Ah, isn't that pleasant? So why isn't this thing check boardwalk for bullet traces? Am I checking the trash? Is this trash?
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Ah. This is where I go crazy. It's happening. There's gotta be something to this building, because there's this thing. What is this thing? What is that thing? There's something there. Alright, maybe they know who Ruby is, or where Ruby is.
Hello again.
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer.
You can't help me with anything.
For me and Mikhail here.
Let me see. I'm just can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me. And Mikhail here, he pats his son's head. What a useless sir. What a useless man Trant is.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
I don't believe you.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
A day off? This man's having a month off. Dude, I'm telling you, he's withholding. He's withholding information from me. That's probably not even his son. Oh wait, what's this? Guess I'll just slowly walk there. That's not your son, sir. The son, like, stands up and takes off, like, a wig or his hat, and he has, like, red hair underneath. Aha! I found Ruby. Walk, 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 walk. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? I don't know. Why don't we go in? Walk in. It's like I'm back to playing like fucking Lifeline, using voice controls here.
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Kim, you think she's in there?
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Can I try to get in through?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points.
Ah, thank you for the points.
And dangerous. Dangerous too.
Fuck. Alright, well, nothing more to do here then, I guess. Well, that was... Wait, why am I running that way? Oh, it's probably because... So what happens if I can... Was it this or was it the Feld thing? It wasn't this one. This one's a different thing. No, don't look.
Ghostly shades
Don't look at this anymore. Don't look at this anymore.
With another 7 shade, a cold sea behind this building. The other one, once filled with engineers and designers of Feld Electric, now collapsed and dead, but for some rats. You feel drawn, for some reason, to the...
Okay. Who else is there to talk to here on the side of the island? Who else is here? Alright, just because I'm curious. I'll see what happens when I consult the wall again. Although I'm not expecting much.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs.
Oh, I'm sensing a woman emptying her lungs.
Stone box in front of you, in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
Why do I feel like this is some kind of riddle? Oh, I'm so bad with riddles. In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase. In through the collapsed roof, flowing through a concrete staircase. To the basement. Sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs. And then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away. What is happening?
She's down there.
Say, I think she's down there. Below this building?
Okay. Why?
The wind told me?
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it, enter through the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
Oh, come on, Kim. You're a fucking cop. You don't think you're 43. It's not like you're fucking 85 years old. You just climb the stairs. Or and then I almost said elevator. Climb the ladder!
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Oh, okay. Do I just go and do that then? So that would explain then this thing. I mean, I guess I gotta go do it. Ruby!
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use some mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp.
In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to like jump. 190, I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead...
Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder.
What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
I'm not ready to do that yet. What is this? I found a tube. There's a tube. She's in the tube.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the felled building?
Well, if I peeks out from beneath the wrong one, can it be an alternative path?
A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
Come closer and look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness.
Oh my god,
the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
What's in there?
An ordinary drainage pipe. Darkness.
What else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
And?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
Could we get into the fell pitting through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
And the lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things.
And it's right here, a maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door to the right of the pipe, obscured by the reeds.
It's jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one. Oh yeah, big boy time.
Big boy time.
This needs you to put your back into it.
Big boy time. Alright, let me just leave. Alright, so... why does that feel... Why does it feel so fucking like, what's the word I'm looking for? This almost feels like one of those like point of no return points in video games, such as this kind of video game, where like you do a thing and then it's like, oh, it's the big mystery, and then like it gives you a couple, like in here it's given me like ladder and then the pipe, and then it's like, all right, it almost feels like it's giving me that, are you sure you want to proceed through this way, because then it's a point of no return, like one of those video game moments. So I don't know. Plus this still bugs me. I could still hang out with the two weird guys. And then I get scared, and then I'm like, okay, if that is a point of no return, then like I feel like I still have a million things I could do in this game. You know what I mean? Plus, I hate to, I mean, honestly, fuck the main investigation. I really want to open this door. If I did nothing else in this game, if I was to not even finish the game and I just could open this door, I would. I totally would. Let me see something. What does it mean there are people west of the mural? West of the mural? I don't understand this game's... I can only upgrade the interfacing seal one more time. That still would be a 3% chance. Agreed. That I understand. That I understand. But I could get... I would have to find, like, potentially better interfacing clothing. Maybe? Or, I said earlier, like, maybe there's a thought thing that I need to find. Well, one of these could be it. Like, boost interfacing, possibly. Plus, I still have this thing going on. Okay. This is all very perplexing. Excuse me, perplexing. Oh, what I was gonna say is, I don't understand why this game has, like, the fast travel is so inconsistent. I don't understand. Oh yeah, I can't sit on benches when I have Kim with me. What am I supposed to do? I'm having a panic attack. Ah. Fucking Kuno. My old case files? Did I have I not already gone through all that? Let me try. That's from the fridge. No, that's definitely not what I... Which one of these is what I'm just clicking around? Which one is this? Map, yell, damage. I guess it's this. This would make sense.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Urinal. Read a case file.
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want?
Oh. Why not? The Next World mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Alright, read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
Roleplaying. Besides case files, you have tons of unrolled white checks. True. That's a good point. Okay, let's honestly, I think I'm fair to ask this question. All right, and this then needs just the utmost, because it's one of 2 things. I could search this online and try to find an answer without spoiling myself. But am I better off holding off? Am I correct? Am I right in thinking that maybe finding Ruby is some sort of point of no return, as is sometimes the case with video games? And am I better off holding off on doing that? Am I better off not doing that immediately? Will I have a better experience not potentially finding Ruby right now, or does it not matter? It is a point of no return, is the confirmation. Man, that's weird. That is weird. I would not have thought that would just be... Because with a point of no return, that almost feels like you're getting very close to finishing the video game. And I could have sworn I had like a million more parts of Disco Elysium in me. Like, not only like do I feel like I could play Disco Elysium for so much more, but I felt like there was still a lot more to do. I know that there's white checks, as you say. I know there's things I could do like that. Keep the mural. It is right.
A staggering 78% of voters.
It's interesting because now facing
the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
I must have voted on policy and law to remove the thing because I don't believe that rose one bit. Love truly is possible in the next world for new people. It's too late for us. Middle class are not to be blamed. It's human nature.
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
That's why calculating percentage tricky. Yeah, I know. I was asking a pretty impossible question before. Man. It's just weird. What I was trying to say is it's very weird to be like, oh, I still feel like there's maybe millions of things to do in Disco Elysium, and all of a sudden be confronted with what seemed like it was building up. Dude, I've played so many video games in my life. I just immediately got the sense that, like, that being like the next step in this main case that the game has presented, I was like, wow, this totally feels like the game, the way it was presenting those choices and everything, felt like one of those point of no return warnings. So now I'm conflicted with, like, okay, do I just say, okay, well, it's time to do it then? Or do I just keep going? Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum 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 at the hookah
Tum
parlor
tum tum.
was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait, how?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Right. On with the murder.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker. A real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor.
Hookah.
Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Hookah, hookah. Hookah. Just making noises. Now my brain is just fried. Here's my thinking. Not only do I not want to finish Disco Elysium tonight, I also feel like there's things I still want to do in Disco Elysium. Like, things that not only like these things, you know, some of these checks or whatever, like there are things, like, I still want to play. Not only do I still want to play, there's still things I want to find out and accomplish. Even if it is, like, the most basic of figure out what the fuck where the fuck to find these things. Go hang out with the weird two guys in the meeting. You know what I mean? I might be fucked. I might not be able to do this. You know what I mean? It still feels like I want to do stuff. Wait, was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Go on.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
I'm familiar with hookah parlors. Really stupid.
Yeah. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Only client that day. In perfect health, too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open. Blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Table's low, heavy, really sharp edge.
He sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, hit his head on the table, and died?
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
That's pleasant. He must have sucked a lot of it.
Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name.
Ah, poor Stephen. And what was he doing there for 6 hours?
Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed, piecing it together. Next.
Well, see, here's the most conflicting part, and this maybe doesn't make sense to, like, anyone else. Maybe this is just, like, a me thing. But, like, I can't even tell if it bothers me that I know that that's, like, a point of no return kind of thing. Because here, I mean, real answer is I'm glad I know that it's a point of no return. I always say I love when games expressly tell you in games such as this, they go, hey, this is going to be a point of no return. You got to wrap up everything you want to do before you do that kind of thing. Like, I like games when they explicitly say that. I don't care that it might take you out of, like, your experience or whatever, because I want to know, like, if a game is going to suck you along a path, like, I want to know that it's, like, taking me that way, you know? But now I'm like, okay, well, now I just got to set it aside and be like, okay, well, now instead of solving the main case like Kim Kitsuragi really wants me to do, I need to, I guess, do other things. If I had, I don't know if I've said this already in the stream, so maybe it's the second one, but if I had one complaint, it's the whole time passage thing. Like, now I'm kind of awkwardly, like, I kind of like it, but I also kind of dislike how I'm like, all right, well, like, this thing, I have to wait till I get it, having missions that, like, or things, tasks that you can only really do at a certain time makes sense. It makes the world feel more lived in and everything. But now I have to, like, weirdly, like, and since time only passes when, like, you're doing things, I just awkwardly have to be like, okay, well, I need to look around for things to do and be like, all right, what can I pass? How can I pass large chunks of time by? Which isn't the worst thing. It's not the worst system. But also, not like it 100% matters, but to me it matters again, is that, like, maybe on the off chance, I always say this, if someone is watching my streams, like live, archived, whatever, like, I like them not knowing as much information as possible on the chance that they're going to be watching for the first time. So, like, on the off chance that someone watching didn't want to know that that was going to be the point of no return kind of thing. But, like, it's almost unavoidable. Because, like, I needed to know, because I want to have the best experience with the game that I could possibly have. Like, I needed to confirm so bad. Comments hanging out something new from the director's cut. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, I think I have to get out of this, right? I can revisit it.
Changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
All right, put the ledger away. I want to see what this gets me.
Generator.
Ah!
You were born in the year 07. In the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old.
Oh, I'm a young
the
44.
Might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. you still have some hope.
Yeah, dude. 44 is the new 35. Learning cap for logic raised to 4. -1 difficulty to all what? Passives. Passives isn't bad. Learning cap for logic raised to 4. -1 difficulty to all physique passives. That's fine. Kim did say a high number. Jesus. Asshole. I love him so much, but he's a fucking asshole. Can I tell him I'm 44? Can I let him know? Can I give him a piece of my mind? Hey, Kip.
Yes?
I can't. Alright, might as well check out the rest of
letter
these.
you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
I love the pronunciation, urinal. Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. There's pain in there, if you want some. That much you know.
What did you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
How would I open it?
With your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
Easy. Look, my interfacing's so high now. I'm a master with my hands. My dexterity is amazing. Open. Interesting. Okay, open the hidden compartment in the clipboard.
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Slide the drawer open.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
What the hell is number 3 on about? Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Don't smell it. Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please.
But it will make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Let's go.
Oh my god. Oh man. First song, you think Allah is not something, and you're gonna read from something handwriting. I haven't heard 2 letters in your video when you wake up. I'm too curious. It's gonna pain me. Hold on to it. Read the card.
Your hands shake, holding on to it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you.
Keep reading.
You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Keep reading.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No. Hold on.
Hold on.
To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Fall sideways. What?
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing?
Nothing said, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
No. I was cool. I'm cool.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Where's Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Was that the X something? The...
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
There was something about a bow collector, too.
Yeah, man. What was that about?
Enough. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And it's...
Oh, hello.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks.
I just had a moment there.
Oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. I'll drink.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
I'm sorry, Kim.
Actually, beer and cider have loads of water in them.
I think I read something that like just triggered my body to just completely seize up. I think I just had a you know, in the Franco-Nigerian centuries, the quality of water was so bad it was sometimes more hygienic to drink beer.
But these are not the Franco-Nigerian centuries. We are in the present. It is safe to sometimes drink water here.
Hand you the canister.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
My rule of thumb, always be honest with Kim. I'll first say I should ask you the same.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out?
10 minutes, maybe.
Oh, that's not too bad. Only 10 minutes? I came in contact with the burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
He hands you the remains of your ledger. Ledger of failure and hatred.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete's foot for cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
I'm just gonna nod.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Wait, I can hold it? As a tool? This is the same ledger you found in the trash, only worse somehow. It made you think about the letter, about the woman's handwriting, about not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. That was supposed to happen in the first day? What do you mean? Get out of here with that. Honestly, don't... What do you mean it was supposed to happen in the first day? I hadn't been... Oh, here we go. I see. +1 Inland Empire, +1 Empathy, -2 Authority? Huh. You mean I was supposed to, like, look over the whole thing? The way it was scripted? Hey, day 1, day 5, it's all the same thing to me. It's all the same. It's all the same. I do like how it's called Ledger of Failure and Hatred now, though.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
So what happens if I go back into the hidden drawer again?
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. Inside, you see 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
What happens if I go right back to it?
You stare at the card, willing your hand to move.
Oh.
It refuses. It's too much. Not a game.
God, I was gonna say, not to get too personal on stream at the moment, but Jesus, when we were reading through that section earlier, I was like, to myself several times, I was like, too fucking real. I have too many moments in my life that I feel exactly just like this. And I was like, oh god. Oh god. Okay, so then maybe number 3 makes a bit more sense then. I'm gonna close the compartment.
It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked. Blue ink drips from the white pages in your hand.
You also didn't do it on the first day? Well then, see... Then no one's doing it on the first day. Honestly.
Your hand shakes. You're flushed with adrenaline. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51. Stamped case files. Commit to paper. These are your last couple of months in Revachol, Precinct 41, Jamrock Quarter.
Kim, all my cases employ a naming convention similar to what we used on ours.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
I'm done inspecting those.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised.
It's raining on me.
Which one do you want?
I mean, I might as well read these other two, right? Okay, so here's my thought. We're almost gonna be wrapping up the stream, but not quite. But I don't feel like I'm done playing Disco Elysium. I don't want to go towards that final, I guess, calling it the point of no return. Like, I'm fine holding off on that for a bit, because as Chad has said, I might as well go on and take on some of these white checks. I might as well hold on to these points that I have and try to use them strategically on the checks that I want to do the most to succeed. And then finish, you know, as much of these as I can. Maybe I'll even consider doing these signature things for Abort. Maybe. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But, like, getting this, doing this, figuring out what the hell this is supposed to do. What is this one? Did I finish that? Yes, I did. That had just finished. Turns out, I'm 44, according to my thoughts. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I was saying, honestly, not too old. Now, here's the thing. Am I a rough-looking 44-year-old? For sure. That is a undeniable fact. Lots of drugs, it seems. Lots of alcohol. A rough life, apparently, has physically aged my character. It seems quite a bit, but at least by pure numbers, I'm 44. It seems. So that's good. So what we'll do? So yes, I do like the idea of that point of no return. We'll hold for another stream at some point. Before that, I could see myself, depending, I guess, on how much there is to do still, a few more streams of this, just knocking out some of these other random tasks, figuring out what else I want and can do. Because, like I said, I don't feel like I want to finish Disco Elysium just right now, especially when there is apparent easy things that I want to see conclude and do an attempt. So, Square Bullet Hole Murders.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, There seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape. That's all you got. From the half hour you
Forgot
spent
to read the
piecing
word.
it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead. Toxicology showed the entry wound was laced with an incredibly potent psychoactive substance called HUV4 nil. No street name.
A sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun.
Oh, that one went quick. Alright, might as well finish this one. The couch. Making sure I'm reading that correctly. The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They looked really cool, like a rock band.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee.
Oh,
because they
those
felt
assholes.
it's intellectual. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Alright, I can revisit
Not
that.
much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Let's put that away then. Alright, we'll call it a stream. So yeah, as I kind of said, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, I'm not ready to finish Disco Elysium, even if when faced with a concluding path, finale path. But at the very least, we know now, once I am ready to tackle the finale, I guess, to this game, I know how and when to do it. So we'll hold off on that. We'll do some other random stuff in Disco Elysium that I want to check out before doing that. But it's good to know that an ending is in sight. So that's cool to see. That's cool to know. I will be back tomorrow night. I think tomorrow we're just going to play Umineko. And by play, I mean read. I'm going to read you some Umineko with my dulcet tones. And then we'll call, obviously, Thursday no streams. Friday, I think I'm going to do Friday a small little extra thing that I'm working on. And then we'll probably finish Naruto. And then Saturday, probably back to Umineko. And then Sunday, probably Disco Elysium. So if you want the roadmap for the next few streams, that's probably the path. Have a nice rest of the day. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining and watching. Is there no gameplay? There's no gameplay in Umineko. It is purely me and my voice. And of course the visuals. And of course the music. But mostly me reading to you for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, you as well. Have a nice rest of your night. Be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. You guys don't have to be back tomorrow, but I'll be back tomorrow. So until then, see you in another stream.